So this was a great experience at the Dallas Sun. I was asked to do an opening simulation, and it just so happened that I'd been working with the state collaborative on postpartum hemorrhage, and it just so happened that Laerdal got a new SimMom simulator, which has a marvelous postpartum hemorrhage module, and it kind of just really fell all together. We had done a previous simulation about a year ago with a shoulder dystocia, and we thought that maybe we could combine a couple of different techniques and a couple of different types of simulation into one at this simulation. So what we did is we had DVD, video production of the shoulder dystocia. I delivered a baby at that time and handed off a shoulder dystocia baby, which is often floppy. This baby also had meconium, needed some intense resuscitation. Gave that to my neonatal team, and my neonatal team went ahead and resuscitated that baby from low heart rate, low APGAR scores, all the way to vigor and doing better through their great work, which they just followed the algorithm for NRP, for instructions for resuscitation of the newborn. And then attention then turned on to the mom, because the mom was now having a problem. Her placenta was stuck and she was bleeding, and so it became the responsibility of my team to go through the resuscitation efforts for her. We had to give her fluids and oxygen, we had to go arrange to get blood for her, and then we had to go get this placenta out, stimulate the uterus so that it would stop bleeding, and then we ended up using a special technique called a uterine tamponade balloon, which would actually put pressure on the arteries to stop the bleeding, and that's what it took to stop the bleeding. And this was all very well organized because of my work with the state collaborative and looking at what would it take to, what are the steps that we need to do in order to stop a postpartum hemorrhage. So we went through the algorithm with regard to using the right medication, doing the stimulation of the uterus, as well as going ahead and using the Bakri balloon.
That's a wrap.
So that was great. We also had a great question and answer afterwards where people got to see how we did things and how we had prepared and trained for it. Another thing that was really neat about the whole experience is we did a debriefing, just like we would do a debriefing afterwards, and we all got to model, that type of our responsibilities as trainers, where we want to be able to, after an experience, gather information and to look at how we got that information, how we went about the scenario, what things we accomplished. So it was a great experience to be able to do the simulation, to model the debriefing, as well as to be able to go ahead and have some discussion and some question and answer with the participants of the Sun, so that they could all benefit a bit from an interaction between all of us and some collective experience.